Good afternoon, dear researcher and invited guest. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to 5th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategy, ICTCS 2020, virtually on Zoom. We all have been striving hard to fight against the COVID-19, and now we are already in the second wave of it. We at ICTCS 2020 wish you and your family a very happy and healthy life ahead. Kindly request to take necessary precaution for your own safety to overcome with this phase as well. We at Global Knowledge Research Foundation are thankful to our all guests for being a part of this virtual conference for making it successfully as the previous ones. Hope you will be enjoying the 2 days of interactive sessions. I would want to let the presenters know that they will be given 8 minutes for their entire presentation and 2 minutes for any queries. I humbly request to stick to the allotted time. Now I would like to introduce our session chair, Dr. Sambhaji Sarode. He is currently working as an assistant professor with the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, School of Engineering, MIT ADT University, Pune, India. He has a more than 15 years of experience. His research interest area includes wireless communication, wireless sensor network, cyber security, and the Internet of Things. Dear sir, I welcome you. And now I would want you to take this session and continue further. It's all over to you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Richa, and good afternoon, one and all. Okay, so I welcome all the participants to this particular session. Firstly, we'd like to start with this session, the first paper, manuscript name, Predicting Performance of Students Considering the Individual Feedback at Online Learning Using Logistic Regression Models. So I request Vikrant and his team to begin the presentation.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you are audible, sir. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I'll just want to share. So a very good afternoon to one and all. I'm Dr. Vikrant. I'm working as an assistant professor in Federal TVT, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. So my title is Students' Performance, considering individual feedback on an online platform using a logistic regression model. So what motivates me, like what is actually my problem while just performing some online teaching learning mechanism. So what problem I face is the students are actually giving the feedbacks from my courses, but unfortunately what I saw that during the feedbacks, students are giving the feedback in specific amount of time. Let's say if I'll say the students are giving the feedback 5 minutes, I think he's giving the feedback, maybe not reading all the parameters, maybe he's reading the parameters, what are the questions, and ultimately when I considering just have the results, so I found some contradictions. So this is my problem while performing in e-learning technologies. So what are the activities I performed during an e-learning is some in-class segments like quizzes, assignments, discussion forums on the Moodle platform, and some out-class segments that I've used give some problem statements and some expected outputs. Basic some practical-based applications. I basically I focused on the practical courses, and I gave some class segments and I performed some out-class segments during this e-learning execution. And there's one of the important things available in that Moodle platform is the feedback survey. So I use some predefined set of questions that are available in this feedback survey. I'm teaching these postgraduate students right now. So I have the data of 137 postgraduate students, and data I've collected from the year 2017 and 20. Basically, I taught some postgraduate students like MCA, and here in Ethiopia, I'm teaching MSc. So what I found here in this average time that those students have failed based on the criteria that I've given, like who those 50% marks in the final examinations or the quiz that I took is 22.9 minutes. They have this is the average time for the students, and the students those who have passed they took around 4.64 minutes. So these are the different categories. Like in relevance, I have four questions. In reflective thinking, four questions. Like in all these appropriate categories, I have and this is the responses that the students have given. For each question, I gave 5 marks, and along with that, the sum of the students. Let's say if relevance part in that, the students 69 students gave 20 marks for my this particular category of questions. So this is my feed that the students have given for all different categories. And some other important attributes like result is one of my important attribute, and the time they have taken feedback for this particular e-learning mechanism. So these are the what I is in the machine learning I've used, where I use the regression logistic regression model. In this logistic regression model, I've used I've used a result as my dependent variable, where what the purpose of this logistic regression, I'm using this logistic regression is to focus on these two important things that are the categorical variables. Like for example, result is my one of my variable, and the time, that feedback time, is one of the variable. So I took result as my dependent variable, where when I'll get the result one means it's a pass, or if it is zero means it is the student is fail. So what are the experimental interventions I did? I've used Python programming to perform this logistic regression, to implement this logistic regression. And I used these two variables, like result column is a dependent variable and feedback time vector. So in one entire column of my feedback time as a input vector, I've given the input for this algorithm, and the result column I took as a dependent variable, where the result is only in the form of 0 or 1, that is in the binary format. My implementation steps that I performed, and this I have been implemented in the Python. So sigmoid equation I've used. This sigmoid equation, basically it's a when if we want a result in the between the 0 and 1, when we are using the probabilities. So this sigmoid equation will work, and loss function is to identify the error to what is the exact error in that entire implementation, and gradient descent to optimize that errors. We are performing some iterations to minimize that error, and at the end predictions. So prediction means if I set one threshold values, like if let's say if it is 0.5 means 50% means more than 50% means my value is success or 1, and if it is less than 1, less than 50% means is 0. So what result I got it is the accuracy of my model that I've prepared that model. Based on that model, I got 72% accuracy of that model. It means 98 students results are correctly predicted and 39 students predicted. And the loss has been reduced to 0.54 value. So, and the time taken for this entire execution of this algorithm is 0.3 seconds. So initial loss started with 0.69 and it ends with 0.54 and throughout the thousands questions. So 0.4 after 0.54, you will get the same values, approximately same values for rest of the iterations. At the end conclusions, like what I found while after my this execution is logistic regression model predict whether students they have feedback and their exam results are contradictory or not. So what I found, the accuracy of model is bit significant, motivate the teachers. So if the teachers if the teachers want to use this type of model, they may concentrate on this, those who are giving some incorrect inputs to the feedback, which will also affecting the results. So those are giving, so what are students who are giving the positive feedback, the performances are also good. It can be applied for undergraduate students. As I've applied this everything for my postgraduate, I can use it for my undergraduate students and diploma students also. So teachers should use this type of online e-learning platform for improving the students also. So what will be the future scope? What I can do after these things? So I'll definitely go for different models, and I'll try to increase my data set, as this will be helpful for me for future predictions. It will help for me to students, those who are average students, those are, they can improve their results for the better execution. So these are my references. The important references that I use this ebook. This is the fundamentals of machine learning using Python. Thank you. So, questions?
Thank you, Vikrant, for the nice presentation.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So, just I would like to know a few things from you, your end. Like
Yes.
the way you identified the, I think the 5-6 parameters to build this particular prediction system, learning model, right? In order to find out the accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
How this relationship of these various attributes you have built?
Sorry, sir,
Yeah,
relationships.
yeah, because you have identified the few attributes of it, right? So in order to identify the claim that you have made is 72%, right? So in order to get this accuracy, that you have identified the several parameters, the one of the
Yeah.
so how they are interlinked, how they are connected, and how the relationship is built on.
Yes, sir. Basically, see, my
Hello, are we audible, Vikrant?
Hello.
Yeah. Any issue at your end, Vikrant?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, the another author, I think G. Indravan. You are also the co-author of the same paper. Am I audible, Peter?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Can I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, can I start the share screen?
Yeah, I think Vikrant has some network issue. You can contribute, right?
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much for the time. Here we will present our work on REST API and real-time notification of Cisco NG Mobile for the academic progress information system. First of all, let me introduce ourselves, our author team.
Wait, G. Indravan, please, could you
Yes.
please for a while? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Your paper name is, you have different paper, right?
My paper is this one, real API and real-time notification.
Okay. Got it. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. we continue. Our uh, our team is our team. Myself, Gede Indrawan, and then Gede Aris Gunadi, and Imade Subrata Sandiasa. We are all from Universitas Pendidikan Ganesha, Bali, Indonesia. Okay, for the presentation, we have the outline as follow. First, the introduction, and then research method, third, the result and analysis, and the last is conclusion. We go now on to the introduction. Here, SISKA is the abbreviation of Sistem Informasi Kemajuan Akademik, means the academic progress information system. So far, the existing SISKA AG web has already been able to manage the academic progress of postgraduate students related to their thesis research. However, by the web application nature, which is user has to access it to get information, it has the major drawback on the real-time delivery of information related to certain business process inside, and finally delaying response to that information. As the consequence of that, our postgraduate school management says this situation will degrade the quality of test management service by the study program. Okay, and here our research contribute to the solution of the problem through the development of mobile information system that was called SISKA NG Mobile from the existing SISKA NG Web. Now we are go to the research method section. Here, waterfall model was used for the development of SISKA NG Mobile for the academic progress information system. Which involve REST API and real-time notification. Although it was classified as a fairly old model, however, the waterfall model is still widely used and even tend to become a standard for other model development. Yes, still on the research method here, because of the limited time of presentation, we just give the scheme, the configuration image, how our the system work, how the system architecture of SISKA NG Mobile. In general, we have the database system, the REST web service server, and also has the mobile client. For the implementation, we have database by using MySQL and REST web server. REST web service server by using PHP, and for mobile client we use the Flutter cross platform program language. So for the communication between the mobile and this REST server, it used the HTTP communication by using JSON type data. And the most important real-time notification feature, here we use the third party from the Google by using the Firebase cloud messaging. If there are business processes need to notify the client or the user by using mobile client, so the Firebase cloud messaging will take the responsibility. And yes, here how we can see the business process involved in the SISKA NG Mobile. We have the use case diagram involve admin, lecture, and student role. So for any business process here, including the notification business process. And also, if we make the model involve the models construct the SISKA NG Mobile in 3 diagram. We have 6 major module here. There is a module for news, module for exam schedule, research, notification, and dashboard. Also, for research module has 3 sub-module. Here we have the research proposal stage sub-module, pre-thesis stage sub-module, and also thesis sub-module. And for the dashboard module has the three sub module for the business process is for student role, lecturer, and admin. And now we are on the result and analysis. We have captured the image of from the mobile client that's uh, that show the most important notification, real-time notification feature, real-time notification feature here. The most wanted feature from our Cisco NG mobile IA, the real-time notification. In this illustration, it is dedicated for the examination schedule business process. Examination schedule business process. The testing involves a system usability scale questionnaire that will fill by the respondent by using simple random sampling, and respondent was selected from the author postgraduate study program with validity between 75% to 80%. It's from the student and the lecturer role. And next, all three respondents from the admin role, the study program coordinator, study program secretary, and postgraduate school IT admin were also selected for the sake of evaluation comprehensiveness amongst all roles, even though did not reach number of 6 to 40 respondents for the SUS. Here for the every SQS score we have 82.25, 79.25, and 77.5. For 10 is from the student, lecturer, and admin respondent. All of those scores are in grade A minus, and B respectively. They are higher than the score 60x, which means Cisco NG Mobile was considered as a good usability product. Also, there's a pattern here in this SUS score, where the lowest score came from the admin respondents. It has already been predicted since most business processes were involved that their complexity can reduce the satisfaction level. Okay, next to the conclusion, we have here Cisco NG Mobile by using REST API has been successfully been implemented without disrupting the operation of the existing Cisco NG Web, and moreover, its integration with the existing Cisco NG Web has added the most important real-time notification feature as a solution for the real-time delivery of information related to certain business process. Like account registration, examination registration, and examination schedule. It also support for the quality improvement of test management service and the other postgraduate study program. Future work on security improvement would be on the ICTCS implementation, which involve certain network configuration and certain application code adjustment. And last year, at the acknowledge slide, we would like to acknowledge that this work was supported by the Indonesian Ministry of Education and Culture through the research grant PTN. Okay, I think that's all for our presentation. Thank you very much for this great time to present our work. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Indrawan, for the nice presentation. Okay, I would like to ask one question about the. Am I audible, Indrawan?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. So I would like to ask one simple question that, as you have mentioned, that without disturbing the existing infrastructure, you
Yes.
have applied the REST API, correct? So
Yes.
how security measures you have taken into the account?
Sorry, come again.
What are the security things that we need to take into the account while integrating this using this REST API with the existing system? How we can improvise the security aspect into it?
Yes, okay. We highlight for the security. The most important thing is, and it is also mentioned for the future work that we need to implement ICTCS communication, and from the third-party file-based messaging provided by Google, they also underline this requirement. So it is the most important in the future work that we need to implement this accessibility communication.
Okay, as you have used the Firebase for the maintaining your data, right? So have you identified and detected any security vulnerabilities of it? Any vulnerabilities of the existing available firewall system, Firebase system that you have used at the backend?
Sorry, can you?
Yeah, I'm asking to you that you have used the Firebase, correct?
Yes.
So have you verified? Have you checked that what are the loopholes of it from security viewpoint?
About the secrecy of the data.
Yeah.
On the using of the Firebase, we use several data related to the account, to the registration register user. Here, so we need to I mean we need to certain, we need to concern about the what our system handle this register user, like the address, like the phone number, and etc. That is sensitive to for the security.
Okay, thank you, Indruman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. Next paper, review of system development life cycle models for the effective application delivery. Okay. So Ola and Shola, are you ready? Are you there?
Sir, I think this presenter is absent.
Okay, no issues. The next one, assessing the impact of information and communication technology, that is ICT, on work efficiency of graduates. I think the same author is there. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so again, this is not going to be happen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next one, Aparna Prasad, are you there?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. I'm there.
Yes, please present. I think your name of the manuscript is rule-based recognition of associated entities.
Correct.
So please start your presentation.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm presenting my paper on rule-based recognition of associated entities in Hindi text, a domain-centric approach. It is co-authored by Dr. Neeraj Sharma. We are from Punjab Computer Science Department, Punjab University, Patiala. My outline of the presentation is I would be introducing my topic with a little briefing on the review of the literature, my objective of developing and the component which I am going to explain today and the methodology used, lexical and computational components developed, experiments and results, and the conclusion with the review references which I have used. In this particular research, it is basically the paper which I am presenting is part of a module of ongoing research which is going on. And as part of the research, I have developed some lexical resources and rule-based name recognition, entity recognition.
Sorry to interrupt, Aparna. You are not completely audible. Could you please be a little louder?
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, much better now.
Okay. So basically, lexical resources and rule-based named entity recognition algorithms are developed to partially fulfill an objective of a research in the field of opinion mining. I'll just quickly introduce what is opinion mining. Opinion mining or sentiment analysis is a computational study of people's opinions, appraisals, attitudes, and emotions towards entities such as products, services, organization, individuals, events, and their different aspects. Basically, there are three dimensions of opinion mining. First is subjectivity, whether a text from which we want to summarize an opinion. Basically, we are computationally deriving some information from an unstructured text, which I am dealing right now. Subjectivity and subjectivity is whether the text is fact bearing or it is opinion bearing. Orientation of opinion is that what kind of opinion parameters which we want to derive. Like for example, sometimes we just want to find out the sentiment, whether it is a positive sentiment bearing sentence or a negative sentence bearing sentence. Then the third is the granularity of analysis, whether we are taking the whole document as a subject for opinion mining, or we are taking a particular sentence, or we are taking a particular entity. So the basic challenges which we generally face is handling the sarcasm, domain dependency, language dependency, and requirement of domain knowledge. The reason why I'm sharing this is because of the language dependency, this research becomes important, and domain dependency. And so named entity recognition is the module which I am sharing right now. Named entity recognition is the task that is a part of information extraction. It is dedicated towards extracting word and phrases from text and classifying them into predetermined categories like names, time zones, location, food, health issues, plant, medicine, organ, etc. This is just a small presentation on what is opinion mining. Basically, from unstructured and structured text from the internet, which are in the form of blogs, news, chat messages, annotations, and comments, we are extracting opinion to derive certain meaningful information which can be further summarized and processed for some meaningful results as well as derivations. So basically, the text which I am considering for my opinion mining is the text in Hindi appearing on weblogs which are related to home remedies, or related to impact of a particular food item on human body. So this is just certain samples. So the problem statement is the research objective is to develop an opinion mining system that computationally derives information from unstructured text, which when summarized gives important insights. The language of text which is being considered is Hindi, and the source of the text is weblog. The domain is text showing cause and effect relationship between food and health issues. So I've already shared, because I want to come to some important points. So these are the like दही को लगातार प्रयोग करने से आंतों के रोग और पेट की बीमारियां नहीं होती, और कई प्रकार के विटामिन भी बनने लगते हैं. So the computational task which I am presenting right now is related to named entity recognition. That is from any text. It's a free flow text. So it is actually challenging to extract named entities from these free flow text, because Hindi is a very, very diverse language where we have a lot of synonyms, and we are having a lot of word sense derivations which we can take out. So the component of my research which I'm explaining here is basically named entity recognition. Like from this example we can see चिकनाई वाली रोटी या खरबूजा खीरा खाने के एकदम बाद पानी पीने से खांसी जुकाम होने की संभावना है. So basically one part of my research is to find out, to extract what are the related entities. Like in this case it is food, that is roti plus pani, and then kharbuja plus pani, khira plus pani, and the health issue which is affected is zukam and khansi. Now I would like to explain here that when I'm talking about health issue has got various things. Like there are information of home remedies related to body composition, like something affects the blood, something affects the sugar in the blood, something affects maybe a mental state of a person. A particular food would affect the mental state of the person. So basically HIBC, when I talk about the set HIBC, it is basically taking into account body compositions, every part of body composition, which it is the tangible as well as non-tangible ones, and plus any kind of health issues which a human body faces. So basically, all the approaches and OM related information, of course, I studied from the review of the literature. And in Indian, though this particular topic has been very old since 2002, this has been given a different separate nomenclature. Opinion mining has been given a separate nomenclature from since 2002, but there has not been much advancement in Indian languages as well as certain Asian languages. So basically, the reason why such advances are not there is because of the lack of resources, lack of tools which are available. And though lot of things, a lot of lexical resources are not available, even like the lexical resources required for my particular research was not available. So machine learning approaches for NER has been used. Term frequency and inverted document frequency approach is used. Rule based approaches have given good results, and lexical knowledge for NER system for biomedical text is been used in a research. So basically, from all my review of literature, I realized that initial requirement for any open mining system is a very good corpus and a good domain-based knowledge in the same language, in the language in which we are processing the text. So taking that into account, I went further with the research. So the key issues identified and addressed in this particular research was there was a lack of domain-specific lexical resources in Hindi. There were lexical resources in English which were available, but they were certain, like USDA is a site where in English there was a lot of food information and health information, specifically food information which was available, but then the translation was not allowed for that. And plus there are certain foods and herbs which we hear in, which I have seen through the weblogs in Hindi, and those food and herb information was not there. So that was one thing. Then I have
Dear author,
yes.
sorry for interruption. You
Yes.
have the last 2 minutes. Please
Okay, okay.
conclude your
I'll just
presentation.
come. So I'm just telling you, this is the word sense disambiguation. For one particular word, muli, you can have it is like it is used for a reptile also, and it is used for a river also. So basically, I have developed these lexical resources, and these lexical resources, around 8,000 of words and phrases in Hindi, I have developed, I have identified, I will say, which are used for food or food component or health issue or body component. And this is the algorithm which I have developed, and this algorithm is a rule based algorithm. So basically I have used text which is stop word removed. Stop word is like kele ke patte, so k is a stop word, then stemming is the root word for every word, so I have used that. And then I have part of speech tagging I have used, where I have according to the Hindi grammatical rule, I have used a third party part of speech tagger after comparing 3 taggers. And the basically this algorithm is supposed to extract food and food component, and these are the rules which I have identified. Basically, first important part is that whenever a particular word in a text is being compared with a certain, with the sets which I have developed for lexical resources, I've cleaned the text of certain underscore, hyphen and commas, and then I have if a unigram is found, and I have tested it for the bigram text to be available in those sets, and then trigram text to be available in the text. If a trigram contains a unigram, then unigram is basically overlooked, and bigram is also overlooked. That means trigram overrides bigrams and unigrams in searching for the text. And similarly, for the same concept, it holds good for the identification of health issue and body component also. And the part of speech tags which I have done through analysis, I have found out the part of speech tag that is noun, proper noun, adjectives, and verb main and verb auxiliary, which was found to be suitable for these for any, because kar is used as a normal, like aap kar sakte hain, and kar is also used for haath, for hand. So there are certain different sense in which a word is used. So hence part of speech tagging information was important in this rule based system. And then for adjectives, I maximum number of adjectives for any particular, for any sentence, like for garam doodh, so it's like only doodh is not important for a particular health issue, garam doodh is important. So basically I had to identify, generally the words are on the left of the word, left neighborhood of the word, so that is identified. And then similarly for a component, like nimbu is not important, nimbu ke ras, so basically the component ras is important, so that is on the right hand side of the right neighborhood of the food component. So there's a rule which I have identified for this purpose. Then there are like how to identify whether two food has to be taken in combination. So for that I have made a lexical resource combination specifier with certain with about 60 words. With 60 words I have identified the distance between the word with the word which is used with the food word, so that I can understand whether it is milakar पीना है, साथ में पीना है, एक साथ पीना है. So all that words are identified. And for any complex statement, like a statement which is made up of two sentences, then I have identified a word which breaks the sentences into two, and maybe the word, the food and the health issues only present in one particular power component. So that has been, so those particular words have been identified, and the sentence is broken into two or more parts, and then the opinion has been derived. So experimental results is that using my, I have implemented it using Python, and I have used SQLite for the database which I have developed. And the part of speech tagger which I have used is from Center for Indian Language Research Technology, IIT Mumbai. And the algorithm which I have developed, I have tested on 900 Hindi sentences taken, unique Hindi sentences taken from the weblogs. And the results are that I get 90% accuracy on food items detected, and 95% accuracy on health issues and body components developed. The conclusion which I draw is that the OM system for which the NER subsystem is developed is novel. So the related lexical resources were not available. So hence, right from developing the corpus to developing the lexical resources, to everything was is being undertaken in the research. The part of speech tagger used in the research is selected based on experimental comparison amongst three taggers. I'll just show it in the next slide, the comparison. The two taggers that were not selected are part of speech tagger available on, there's one Shiva Reddy from Microsoft whose tagger is available, and then there's one tagger from Nathan NLTK package, natural language, but it has got more number of tags, but then less number of tags are identified as valid tags from this particular tagger. The work presented in this paper determines associations between food and health issues entities. It does not validate the association. There is nowhere down the line we say that okay, that milk is good for a particular health ailment. We are just extracting what is being written by the bloggers. We are just deriving what is being digitally present. We are trying to derive that information through our algorithms. So as any work has scope for improvement, the work presented in this research is being improved further to include more rules, test more approaches for NER. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Aparna Madam, for the nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
You covered all the topics and highlighted your contribution as well.
Yes, sir.
Just I would like to know that sometimes what happens that on the blog some sentences are incomplete, right?
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Missing, for example, you have given an example of like milk with a word as a garam
Yes,
milk.
sir.
Sometimes these words are missing. So
Absolutely, sir. This is a big challenge which I have faced. Right.
correct. Okay, okay, very good. Or one more point, just I would like to know, because as you are, you have designed various rules
Yes, sir.
for providing the home remedies as well, right?
Yes, sir.
While extracting the meaningful information from the given text.
Yes, sir.
Have you considered, just I would like to know that have you considered, because based on the climatic situation,
Yes, sir.
this external factor of this climatic condition for while giving the suggestion of the home remedies?
No, sir. No, sir. See, basically, my scope would be whatever text is available on the, and it has got lot of things. Like, for example, there are certain things which needs domain knowledge. Like if we talk about proteins, we talk about carbohydrates, and like you were talking about the climatic condition. If somebody has written that ठंड में ये खाना अच्छा है, and that's what I hope this is what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, yes, please.
ठंड में ये खाना अच्छा है. So that I have not included in my scope because in itself it is a like going through the kind of phrases and kind of expressions which are available. Yes, this is a very good insight you have given, and I definitely can maybe incorporate.
Thank you. Thank you, Apurva.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your input.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, next presenter. Durga, are you there? Okay.
So can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So I request now Durga R to present the canny blocks for the generation of secure EPAS in pandemic COVID-19 situation. Okay, this is your title. So I request
sir,
you
yes.
to please begin your presentation.
Yes. Sir, is it visible? Sir, is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible, madam.
Okay. Good afternoon, one and all present here, and myself, Durga, doing a full-time research in SRM Institute of Science and Technology, and a budding research scholar. And my area is blockchain technology. So my presentation on is the intelligent blocks or canny blocks for the generation of secure EPAS in pandemic COVID-19.
Yeah. Sorry,
So,
Durga ma'am. Could you please run your presentation?
sir?
Could you please run your presentation?
Yeah, sure. Is it okay?
Yeah, fine. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My guide is Dr. E. Pomal ma'am, and she is a professor at SRM Institute of Technology, and she is my co-author for this paper. And speaking about the introduction, we all know we are in very big pandemic period, and it immensely affected the human life across the world. So in January 2020, the very first person affected by COVID-19 in India, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced the nationwide lockdown. After that unlocking phase, all state governments are refused to interstate traffic control. And without e-pass, no one is allowed to doing traffic between the interstates, and transport was completely blocked. And it was released, and the transport was completely released by issuing the e-pass to the travelers with the valid emergencies. The purpose of issuing the e-pass is not only to make the restriction of frequent travel, but also to control the traffic and to save the livelihood of people in local zones. So this of the introduction, we all know about what is happening in and around the world for the pandemic COVID-19. And my problem statement here is there are many distinct challenges we all face, the citizens we all face during the e-pass generation and issuance. The user needs to register the mobile number and personal ID proof like Aadhaar details, voter ID, vehicle ID, everything for the registration, and it has been stored in a cloud database. By storing the sensitive data of the user in the cloud database results in data leakage and security threat. And it shows all the sensitive data maybe leads to the risk mode. Since the attackers can hack the centralized database very easily, the storage data can be incurred with different attacks, latency problems, and data leakage and privacy preserving issues. In cloud storage, a single point of failure and unauthorized third-party access control is also the considered as the major concern. So this is my problem statement. The data which was stored in the centralized database is a major concern. And once that statement was submitted, the request was submitted, the request was moving to the next particular district authority. Once the district authority approved that particular request, then only that the user who applied for the e-pass will get the response. So the time taken for that responses from the response for that e-pass is depends on the working time of the particular district authority. So this was the another issue of generation of e-pass. So what my technology which I like to recommend here is the blockchain technology, which is highly secured, sensitive, and available to all the authorized persons only. These are some of the essential features which is had blockchain technology incurred are personalized transparency, disintermediation, non-modifiable ledgers, consensus mechanism, and cryptographic lock question. Speaking about personalized transparency is ability to maintain the information which is visible to all the members connected in that particular network. And disintermediation is there is no intercessor, there is no central party, it's between the receiver and the transceiver. And non-modifiable ledgers is nothing but we cannot able to alter or remove the particular information from the block. And a non-modifiable consensus-based mechanism is nothing but is to distribute the agreement among the nodes in the particular networks. So that was the mechanism which was built in the blockchain. And cryptographical lock version is nothing but each block holds the cryptographical key to lock the information is verified and validated. It's verified and validated by means of the consensus mechanism which is already in the blockchain. So these are some of the surveys which I had made for why that blockchain technology can be moved to the medical healthcare application to store the privacy or sensitive data. So these are some of the papers which I had read. And then next one is, and my objective of this particular blockchain technology of using in user sensitive data is highly secure transmission of user data and prevention of data leakage. And the third one is reduction in latency compared to the traditional methods if there is a third party is involved to approve our request. So in the registration phase, there are 4 phases in my work module. The first one is registration phase. The user has to need to register their personal details such as Aadhaar number, mobile number, gender, age, address, and also the results of COVID test. So the results of the COVID test is mandatory for traveling while doing the traveling. But it is not included in our traditional form that whether that particular user undergone the test or not. But in my registration phase, I have included that COVID test results also. So the first phase is the registration phase, and then second one is the generation of hashes. Once that they have registered, they'll get it. The block will be generated for the particular user, and then hash will be generated. And then second one is the third one is the mining phase. What the mining is done is it uses the cryptographical lock version of hash value. Used to mine the data directly inside the block. So all the blocks are mined during the timestamp. So the blocks are arranged in a sequence based on the chronological order or the timestamp order. The user can benefit from the non-tampering proof of blocks. The mining of user data along with the COVID test is maintained in the record of non-modifiable ledgers. The intruder cannot alter the information. Once they try to alter that particular information, the single change in the particular data may get make a very big change in the hash value. So the intruders cannot able to did. So in my system, I have did a one block mined, and I had just made an abstract model here of generating the e-pass. And then fourth module is the e-pass generation. So this is the automate process of e-pass generation. There is no central authority here. Once you applied, if that COVID test was negative, then the e-pass will be generated. If it was positive, then e-pass will not be generated. This is my general abstract model of the e-pass generation I have did. So this is my registration phase. So these are the this is the form which I like to request the data to mine inside the block. So these are some of the details I got it from the user. So once you give the request to mine, the data will be mined inside the block. the data will be mined inside the block, and the e-pass was generated. If the see here that COVID test was dead and it was negative, then so I have did if it then e-pass will be generated successfully for the particular user. So this is my generated e-pass. See that there is a mind at the timestamp. So every block is mined with a timestamp. So every user who applied for the particular e-pass generation is based on timestamp. So no forgery can be done because the later users can apply very late and they can get the e-pass earlier. But in the blockchain technology, it is also get permitted. So so as a conclude, I would like to conclude that blockchain based framework, especially with decentralized nature, provides the easy with e-pass generation. So it will completely provide authenticated e-pass and highly secured of data, and it will prevent the data leakage and low latency in storing the data. So these are some of I had references made, and stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the nice presentation, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So just I would like to know that this system is very useful considering the present
Okay.
situation if you apply it. Okay. So not only it will
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it will also will perform the certain different tasks, right? So considering these things in place, if you want to evaluate or examine your system, whether it is giving the appropriate result or not, how auditing things can be happen on this system? Because most important thing is that what is the applicability of the system, right? And when we time comes of applicability, how this we can say the preciseness of the result can be even calculated properly. So how this thing can work?
Yeah. Yes, sir. While getting the details from the form, that you are getting the details like Aadhaar card and phone number, gender, everything. It will be validated at the backside, and we can prove we can say that applied user is the user, so we can able to audit with the help of that kind of details. Then once the user can apply for one from one ID with a unique one ID. So from that we can able to audit, and we had that agreement notes we have to develop further agreement notes, because I had did for my only one consensus mechanism for approve my ID is a proper ID or not. Once we can do it in a further future work, we can explore that areas.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Next, Arun T. Nair.
Thank you, sir. May I be audible?
Yes, you are. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so myself, Arun T. Nair from Kerala. I'm doing research. I'm doing PhD in Nurul Islam Center for Higher Education under the guidance of Dr. Muthuvel, and my co-author this is Harida KS, and my topic is effectual evaluation on diabetic retinopathy. The paper ID 156. Okay, sir. Let's start our session. So the most important disease that causes changes in blood vessel structure in diabetic retinopathy. In common form of diabetic retinopathy, the walls of the blood vessels in the retina weaken. So it also causes tiny bulges and to the vessel walls of the smaller vessels. So this paper intends to develop a review and also the framework for the diabetic retinopathy recognition, and also accordingly here the proposed model is performed under the two phases, that is the blood vessel segmentation, and the second phase is diabetic retinopathy recognition. And coming to the first phase, in the vessel segmentation, the two threshold binary images are attained using high pass filtering and the TOFET by reconstruction of the red portions in the green plane images. Then the area that we found similar to two binary images are extracted as the major vessels, and the left of the pixels and both binary images are matched to form a vessel subimage that is subjected to the Gaussian mixture model, that is a GMM classification model. Okay. Um, and consequently the entire pixels in the subimage which are classified as vessels are merged with the major vessels to get the segmentation vasculator, and further the GLCM and the GLV RM features are extracted from the segmented blood vessel, which are taken classified using neural network. Okay. um, and these are my review papers. I will take the 66 papers for the review of diabetic retinopathy. These are the different methods behind the diabetic retinopathy registration, that is RF approach, CAD and PGA, and RF approach and RT approach and RF and fundus photography and the automatic detection approaches.
Sorry, Arun.
The features, yes, sir?
I think you are giving the presentation from the mobile, so your diagrams are not visible.
Oh, okay.
So please carry on, but the most of the text is not visible to us. Okay.
Oh, fine, sir.
Okay. Carry on.
Sir, coming to the my block diagram. Sir, are you hear me?
Yes, yes, please continue.
Okay, okay. The block diagram represents the enhanced model of diabetic retinopathy organization. First one is the index, the input of the system is the fundus images. Then segmentation, that is developed by the two-part technique, and that allows high frequencies. Well, how the it attenuates frequency that are minimal than the cutoff frequency. Sharpening is basically a high pass function in the frequency domain. So there are numerous benchmark models of high pass filtering such as ideal, butterworth, and filter is often indicated by formulation of the high pass filter is given the equation, that is high pass HPF, which is equal to 1. Thus the high frequency image is attained from the high pass filter, that is denoted by I suffix H. And in the case of top hat reconstruction method, the arithmetic can concept depending on the set terrain and optical string. Here we use the morphological operators such as original image, that is represented by D of y comma x, and the structuring element, that is in the function, that is y of v comma u, and v comma u and the y comma x is the indicated pixel coordinates of the O and D correspondingly. The fundamental morphology operators is erosion and dilation. So that the top hat reconstruction method is concentrated to the two functions, that is erosion and dilations, that is represented in the term, that is O and D. So the equations are sigma beta g of y comma x, that is represented the coordinates of the system, that is y comma x, that is the dilation, the erosion. The erosion is the erosion will take in the maximum value of the pixel values, and the dilation is the minimum value. That's coming.
Dear Arun,
Mixture mode.
sorry
Okay,
for
sir.
interrupt. You have last 2 minutes. Please conclude your presentation.
Okay. Coming to the coming to my conclusion, this paper has presented Google search algorithm with a new step-size algorithm for the diabetic recognition. Here, the proposed work was performed under 2 phases. It is also said blood vessel segmentation, and the presented vessel segmentation algorithm was done by 3 phases. In the first phase, the initial phase, 2 threshold binary images were attained using high-pass filtering and the top hat by reconstruction. The regions similar to the 2 images were taken as the major vessels, and the residual pixels in both binary images were merged to form a vessel subimage, which was that was subjected to GMM classification. Consequently, all the pixels and the subimage which were classified as vessels were merged with the major vessels to attain the segmented vasculature. Accordingly, from the segmented blood vessels is input to the GLCM and GLM features were extracted with were the classified using neural network. In addition to develop the accuracy, the training was done by the Coco search algorithm with a new step-size model with the objective of minimizing the error between the predicted and the actual output. From the performance analysis, the accuracy of the adapter scheme was 23.91 better than the other neural network system, that is PSO neural network and FF Firefly neural network and CS neural network systems.
Okay, thank you, Arun. Arun, am I audible?
So the future scope of the system is the system. The future enhancement will build on this success by the enabling novel variants of meta-historic concept and in the classifier, so that the better performance can be achieved. And these are my references. And
okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Arun, am I audible to you?
Hello. So I think Arun had some connection problem. He's left the session.
Okay. So we'll take next one then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think that will be the last session, right? Okay. Tanuja R. Patel. Manuscript name is Byte Syncing Approach for Lossy Image Compression.
Yes, sir. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir, I'll share the screen.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir, is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible. You just run the presentation. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good afternoon all. Today myself, Tanuja R. Patil. I'm working as Associate Professor in the School of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Kelly Technological University, Hubli. And I am doing my research work under the guidance of Vishwanath Gar. And today I'm going to present my research work on a byte shrink approach for lossy image compression. and contents being introduction and what is the motivation and proposed methodology and compression, decompression phase, results and conclusion and references. So as we all know, nowadays images constitute a major part of the data being stored and communicated, and they consume a lot of space because of their larger file size. And grayscale images such as photographs intended for visual display are stored with 8 bits per sampled pixel, and hence it is required to reduce the size of an image file for its efficient storage and transmission. And this compression is possible because of lots of redundancy existing in the storage of the images. So redundancy exists in the form of coding redundancy, interpixel redundancy, and psychovisual redundancy. So we can reduce this coding redundancy with the help of variable length coding that can be used by using less number of bits for more probable pixels and more bits for less probable bits. And there is a high correlation existing between the pixels, hence we can reduce this interpixel redundancy. And psychovisual redundancy also we can reduce. So we will see like how we can achieve this compression. So while reducing the redundancy, we will come across two types of compression. One is lossy and another is lossless. So coming to the comparison of these two, we require lossy compression in the applications like GIS, multimedia data, audio, video, and images data, wherein a little loss is okay, but the compression ratio required is higher. And most of the compression techniques used for lossy are various transform coding like DCT, wavelet transform, etc. And in some of the applications like medical images, satellite imagery, lossless image compression is required, wherein the image has to be reconstructed perfectly, but compression ratio achieved will become lesser here. And most of the common lossless compression techniques used are Huffman coding, arithmetic coding, LZW coding, run length coding, etc. And the motivation for our work is we know like JPEG offers both lossy and lossless compression, like JPEG 2000 for lossy and JPEG LS for lossless, and this is used as a standard also. And it offers very high compression ratio in case of lossy compression, but the quality of the decompressed image is low. Also, JPEG images at very low quality suffer from blocking effects called artifacts, as shown here. Means whenever the PSNR becomes low, at that time it will result into the artifacts this way. Hence, JPEG compression is computation intensive also. Hence, a new algorithm is proposed which offers high quality image at low PSNR values and is less computation intensive. So this is the motivation for our work, that is in order to propose a new algorithm which is less computation intensive and at low PSNR values it should give a high quality. So this is our objective. So with the help of this, we are proposing innovative approach called as a byte shrink approach for lossy image compression, and it has got compression phase and decompression phase. So let us see what is the algorithm used in the compression. So the algorithm used for compression is input the grayscale image pixel intensity values.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, madam. I think there is some network issue.
Yes, sir. There's some network problem. We can wait just 2 minutes. Then after we can just close the session.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello. Sir, am I in the correct path, like in the correct track?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Ah,
Please,
okay.
please go ahead.
Actually, I had lost the connection. Sorry for that.
No issue. Please go ahead.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Ah, okay. Once I will share the screen once again. Is it visible, sir?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So I was in this slide, like I was discussing about the algorithm used for the compression. And here we are scanning the pixels in raster scan manner and consider 3 adjacent pixels and count the number of ones in each bit plane for these 3 pixels. Write the decimal value of these number of ones for each bit plane. The decimal values will be either 0, 1, 2, or 3. Write the 2-bit binary value for the above decimal value. That is, to represent 0, we are using 00. To represent 1, 01. To represent 2, it is 10. Or to represent 3, 11. So 2-bit code we are using. And there are 8-bit planes for a pixel. To represent the count value of 1-bit plane, 2 bits are required. Hence, for 8-bit planes, 16 bits are required. That is 2 bytes. Lower 4-bit planes are represented with 1 byte called as LS byte, and upper 4-bit planes another byte called as MS byte.
Dear all presenter and session chair, I think Tanuja has some network problem. So now I would like to invite our organizing secretary, Mr. Amit Joshi, for closing remarks.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the session chair for chairing the session. Thank you very much, sir. And thanks to all the participants who have spent their valuable time presenting their work and doing their own research, because this takes a cycle time of approximately 4 to 6 months, depending upon the research you are doing. And it is owe you a very good appreciation on behalf of the conference. Thank you very much, and I would appreciate if you participate in other sessions as well. I think Richa has already updated that you will be receiving the certificates in couple of days. And we thank you once again from the whole team of ICTCS 2020 Jaipur, India. Unfortunately, we were not able to make it physical, so it is digital. But we look forward to see you for ICTCS 2021 physically at Jaipur, India next year. Till then, stay safe, and thank you very much once again to the session chair. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Amit sir.
And I think Richa can share. Yes, that's what I was asking for. So to you, Dr. Sambhaji,
Thank you so
for
much.
your excellent support and your time you have spent with us. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to rather appreciate all the presenters who have given the very nicely presented their research work. So big appreciation to every one of you that you have taken time and presented your work in front of us. Thank you for this great opportunity, Amit Joshi sir and Richa Sharma, for the excellent coordination and excellent execution as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Shall we leave now?
Yes, dear all, I kindly request to turn on the camera for a quick snapshot for virtual conference. Please turn on the cameras. Thank you so much. Thank you all presenters. Thank you, sir. Thank you for chairing the session. Thank you so much.